what is up, guys? This is Beast44 Gaming bringing you the first episode of the Madden 23 franchise mode that we are going to be doing here on the channel. We are going to take an NFL franchise currently in the NFL, obviously, and relocate them and rebuild them as a completely new franchise and try to make a Super Bowl super team for the future. Now, as some of you may have guessed, like, we're going to be using a team that is not really good right now and doesn't really have much of a future of being good. So therefore, we have taken the Houston Texans. Now, the way Madden franchise mode works, in case you guys aren't aware, is like the first season that you take a franchise, you have to basically take that first season, prepare for the relocation and rebuild, or the relocation of the franchise. And then the next season is when your first official season as that new franchise starts. So with ownership being taken over by new owner Jamie E. Lee Curtis, yes, that's a person, we took over the Houston Texans and relocated them to Oklahoma City and made them the Oklahoma City Nighthawks. Now this team, at least the logo in general, I'm liking the look of the brand. It has potential to be really sick. It looks cool as fuck in my opinion. Now because we did have to simulate a season, some changes came with the new Houston Texans / Oklahoma City Nighthawks franchise. Davis Mills is no longer a QB on this team. He is gone. He is not the future of this franchise. Bye-bye. We also made a lot of trades to get a decent amount of draft picks for this upcoming draft, which I'll cover later. And we also went out and traded and signed some veterans, such as, being the Packers fan that I am, we went and traded for A.J. Dillon last season. I forget what we traded him for, but we got A.J. Dillon last season. He is on the team yet again this year. In the upper part of the transaction log here, we signed free agent Deion Jones to a 4-year contract. We signed Jason Verrett, I believe that's how you pronounce it, to a 2-year contract. And upcoming, my most favorite signing of all, Odell Beckham Jr. We got him to be our #1 receiver for a 5-year, $8,100, dear God, that would be a steal, $81 million contract. Then we also went out and got Brandon Graham and Deron Payne, I believe I pronounced that, or Deron, I believe it's Deron. We signed those two guys to add on some veteran help for this team. Now, if you guys remember me saying earlier, we traded for a lot of draft picks in the middle of last season. We actually, and I'm not kidding when I say that, like, our draft picks are insane. If we go ahead and look here, we have 4 first-round draft picks, which is going to be huge. No second-round draft picks, but we have 2 third-round draft picks, a 4th-round draft pick, a 5th-round draft pick, and 2 7th-round draft picks, which equals a total of 10 draft picks in the 2023 NFL Draft. Especially for a young team, or a team that's looking to get a lot of future stars and a lot of draftees that can potentially be the future of the franchise. This is a huge number of draft picks that we cannot squander. Now, because we cannot squander these opportunities, I also went ahead and made a list on the whiteboard behind me of top needs I feel we need for this franchise. #1 being QB. I know I forgot to mention him, but actually, another veteran signing that we made, or I guess maybe last season, I'm not 100% sure to be honest. I also lied. Davis Mills still is on the team, but I don't want him there. Fuck no. QB of the future? No, I'm sorry. I'm not on the Davis Mills train. My bad. We went and signed Teddy Bridgewater to a contract. I forget how long his contract is for, but we have him on here to get some veteran experience. After the draft, I might low-key drop Davis Mills. I'm not going to lie. As I was saying, QB is one of the biggest things that we need in this draft. Probably the first pick that we get, we are going to use on a QB. The next one down the line, even though we have A.J. Dillon, we don't have much depth behind him, so I'm going to go ahead and want to draft another halfback, or at least 1 or 2 maybe, depending on where we are in the draft with our needs. Another big one, a left tackle, because left tackle is weak. I believe we have one that is like a 62 overall. We can't be having our QB having his blind side looked out for like that. No, we got to get a better left tackle. Heading over to the defensive side, we also need a left outside linebacker to be particular, but really just we need more linebacker help on the team. And finally, we also need a free safety, because that is another one where the overall is lacking. The potential there just really isn't that high. So I think that covers it for what we are looking to do here on the channel, or at least in the draft. And without further ado, this first episode is going to cover the draft and all like the signings and stuff like that. The next video should cover at least like the first game. Let me know down in the comment section, do you want to see preseason stuff, or do you want to see us head right in to the regular season with our draftees and signings and all that with the new team? Also, I didn't mention it either, but I'm pretty sure you could hear it in my voice. I have been sick. That is why you didn't get that content that I promised the other day in that Mike Trout video. I'm feeling a bit better, at least better enough to make this video, but it's still kind of working its way out of my system, so hopefully we'll be back to 100% soon enough. But like I said, without further ado, let's start drafting. Let's see what we get. We're not gonna wait. We're gonna go ahead and skip to next user pick. Pick number 3. Let's make our selection. Let's see. Who are all the... I scouted a couple of QBs. George Jacobson, who is a scrambler. He was projected to go 2nd or 3rd round, so we might be labeled as kind of reaching for that there. But why is he projected top 5 if he's a round 2 or 3 talent? What the fuck? He's a scrambler, which actually favors it if in case we do have a weak offensive line, he can get out of the pocket quickly. He has a decent accuracy when he has like fairly moderate pass accuracy regardless of the distance. He's good under pressure, which is good. He abandons initial reads in favor of the check down, which is fine. Could use some improvement in recognizing pressure, but that'll come along with his time in the NFL. Elongated motion with quick release. Quick release is nice, so that's good. Does well to avoid sacks. We're going to go ahead and draft George Jacobson. Let's see. Play 500 downs. I did actually draft him though, right? We did? Yes, we did draft him. So we don't know his superstar or his, trait yet. Play 500 downs with this player to unlock his potential. But right now, in my opinion, his potential is through the roof. I would say so. So we have our first pick. We used it to get a QB. Next, we are going to make a selection. What do I want to go for? Do I want to try to go for a 1st round left tackle to try and get a solid left tackle there? Wisconsin. I don't know. It said it fucked with my recording for a bit, so I'm kind of concerned. Low key, want to kind of pause the draft time here and just make sure everything's okay. Every time, I think every time that I go into the selection menu, it's gonna give me that notice. So unless it like doesn't show me anything, I think we're gonna be fine. As I was looking at before, Wisconsin is an offensive lineman college. So, but we haven't really scouted him too much. Has a motor that runs through the whistle, so he's gonna be in the play no matter how long he's there. Shows good discipline and won't get flagged too much. That is huge. College Pro Day. He actually ran a fairly fast 40-yard dash for a lineman. Not too strong in terms of, bench press. He's strong, but like he finished 12th, which is okay. Although at bench press on the NFL Combine, he made improvement. So I don't know what to think there, but he's definitely made improvement. I'm definitely considering drafting Devin Capobianco. Actually, you know what? Yes, we are going to draft him. He is our next draft pick. Let's fucking go. With our 3rd pick in the 1st round, we need to make a decision on what we are going to focus on next. We have addressed the QB and left tackle situations here. I would say let's go towards our defense and see what's available for either linebackers or free safeties. Ooh, so we have some good options here. He would be a fit. Will Mason, physical player who delivers bone-crushing hits. Savvy defender with the ball in the air. Has a motor that runs through the whistle. Often looks to rip the ball from runners. Shows good discipline. Won't get flagged too much. That is good. We like that. His tackling is a little bit concerning. Or his tackling potential is a bit concerning. Along with his zone coverage. So he'd be more of a man coverage guy. What about Zeke Bigsby in terms of the linebacker help? Let's see. What was he ranking F in zone coverage? That wouldn't be too bad. But like... it is a bit concerning, I guess. Struggles to find the ball in the air, so he wouldn't be a good coverage linebacker. Lacks discipline resulting in avoidable penalties. Ooh, loves to utilize a spin as a counter move. Has a swift arm over move. Will utilize power and leverage to bowl through pass protectors. So he's a good power rusher, as it says in his archetype. So he's more of a rusher. He's not going to drop back into coverage and do well. So we'd have to make sure that if we do draft him, that he's not really dropping back into coverage too much. But I think I'm going to play it on the safe side. Ooh, let's check out Curtis Porter, because I have him favorited. So that means I did some research on him. He does a bit better in zone coverage. Man coverage is fine. His tackling is good. Hit power is good. Often looks... he does have the penalties, though. Holding or pass interference stuff, he'd be a bit more susceptible to than Will Mason. But they're both physical guys. He was 1st in bench press. 2nd in 40-yard dash. So he has a good vertical. I get a decent vertical. Broad jump. He has strong legs. Can't really jump relatively high. Like, he can, obviously, but, like, he's fine. Oh, yeah, see, a lot of his NFL Combine stuff has me thinking that that Curtis Porter. Yeah, we're going to go Curtis Porter with our 3rd draft pick here in the first round. He develops at a normal rate, so we already have his one unlocked, which is fine. We have made 3 of our 4 picks here in the first round, which that is a huge plus for us as a team. Let's see what it still says we need. So I did draft a left tackle, so I don't know why it says there's only 1 active. Because, well, actually, it also hasn't taken account. Okay, so it hasn't taken account in draft picks. We drafted a QB, we drafted a left tackle, we drafted a free safety, which is huge. Linebacker help is what we are going to address next, whether that be a right outside linebacker or a left outside linebacker. I did mark him as a favorite though, so let's see. He can't really block shed too well. He's good at tackling and decent, or can be decent at zone coverage. Let's see. Skills. Catching is alright. He can't really shed the block. Potentially good at recognizing plays. So he would be more of a pass protection guy. This is an interesting one in my opinion. Yeah, man coverage. So yeah, he's a bit more of a drop back guy. He is good on the 20-yard shell. So he's strong. Obviously he's a strong guy. Acceleration is elite. Jumping is marginal. He has decent strength. So yeah, he's not going to be able to run, or not run. Push through the offensive line, so I'm fine with that. And I'd say our secondary can use all the help that it can get. So I'm gonna go ahead and draft Cameron Northcutt with our 4th first-round pick. I believe that is where our future lies. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. Now I think would be a good time to go back and address some of our offensive issues. So I feel like either a receiver, even though I didn't list it in one of my top 5 ones, but another receiver couldn't hurt. Or a running back. A running back in the 3rd round could be a good underdog pick. This one is catching my eye. So it's decent awareness to protect the ball when getting hit. He has good break tackle. He can catch and he can carry. I like that. Fights for every single inch. Avoids big hits following catches. So he's okay. Excels at creating yards after the catch and needs to work on simple concentration drops. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, he wouldn't be too much of a receiving back, but definitely as like a pure running back, he would be useful. So I believe we are going to use our first 3rd round pick with Will Wagner being the guy. I think we're off to a good start so far. I think we're making some decent draft picks. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I think I'm going to go back and look at some of the left outside linebacker positions that we need to fill. Or sorry, right outside linebacker? My bad. Right outside linebacker position needs to be filled technically because we do have a decent amount of left outside and middle outside middle linebackers. 4 active actually, so we technically could move one over there, but I don't know how that is gonna transition stat wise. So just to be safe, I'm gonna try to draft one here. Struggles to find the ball in the air, has a motor that runs through the whistle, shows good discipline, won't get flagged too much. That's good. So this guy would be another rusher. Yeah, he's a run stopper, so that's fine. Decent jumping. He has elite speed and acceleration, so he's gonna be fast out of the gate. I feel like I have enough faith in Deontay Gary that he is going to be our second third round draft pick. We are going to head on to the 4th round where I think we are going to use a wide receiver as our next pick. I'm going to go ahead and use our 4th round pick to draft Cortez Cloud, the wide receiver out of LSU. Know that. It's saying that for offense, our 2 biggest priorities to get would be a center or tight end, and for the defense, I'd say a right end. So let's try to gain all 3 of these positions, which we have 3 more picks left. So this can be done. What 2 positions can be saved for the 7th round? I'd say right end can be saved for the 2nd round, or for the 7th round for sure. And then tight end can also be saved for the 7th round. So I'd go there. So right now let's focus on trying to get a center, if there are any good ones left. I'm going to go with Jonathan Holiday. Out of these 2, neither. We're going to go with Jonathan Holiday as our center draftee. I'm going to go ahead and take Vince Cousins. Like, he's nothing to really be excited about. But what I'm seeing, honestly, has me, like, thinking that he's the guy. If we're going to draft a tight end, he is the guy. And then I think we had the very next pick, and I didn't even realize it. So then that would mean we're going to try to take, Gerald Starks. I mean, he could be the guy. I'm just going to go ahead and say, fuck it. We're going to go ahead and draft Joey Glover with our final draft pick. Next up, bada boom, bada bam. That should be it for us with the draft. So we took George Jacobson, the scrambling QB out of LSU. Oh, didn't we take a receiver from LSU? Where have I seen this before? We took Devin Campobianco from your boys not alma mater, but like one of his home state colleges, Wisconsin, UW-Madison. We took free safety Curtis Porter from Arkansas, Cameron Northcutt from Illinois, Will Wagner from Kansas State, Deontay Gary from Ole Miss, Jonathan Holiday from Oklahoma State, so he's a hometown boy, Vince Cousins out of North Carolina, and Joey Glover out of Memphis. We have... I'd say like, oh,
this player's development trait is hidden.
That's nothing new. Ooh, Davis Mills is still listed as the QB in the starter of the depth chart. I'm sorry, dude. George Jacobson, Davis Mills, you are a third string. I'm sorry. Teddy Bridgewater, I basically need you here to be his mentor, to be someone he can go to when he needs advice and he needs a veteran to help him out. Plus, if George Jacobson turns out to be shit or gets hurt, then Teddy Bridgewater can jump in and we have a QB who knows what the fuck he's doing. I'm sorry. What? Why? Why is he still listed as, I need to, what have I done? Oh, so he's out another 4 weeks. So he should be good by the time the preseason gets over with. So that will be fine. I thought he was going to be out for like the rest of the year, and I was gonna be pissed. Oh no, I forgot I have LED lights, and this will light up my room much better, and I won't have to worry about my face being all sorts of fucked up with lighting, so it's fine. We're going to go ahead and advance to the preseason week 1, even though we are not going to exactly start that yet. Like I said, that will be the next video. Or like I said, do you guys want me to have the next video be the start of the regular season? Let me know what you guys want to see. I want to kind of cater this to what you guys are wanting to get out of this experience. I'm really excited for this series. This is a huge potential series for the channel, which I'm more than happy to do. I really only kind of dive into franchise mode when it comes to Madden. I'm not really a MUT guy. I've tried getting into MUT. It's just not my thing. So let me check one thing really quick before we kind of get to the end of the video here. Does Odell Beckham's injury thing now... Oh, now it says he's not injured. Okay. So I believe that is going to do it for this week's video. I hope you... Or this, this video in general. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said... Comment section down below is a great place to let me know what you guys want to see throughout this series for the next video in general. Do you want it to be preseason? Do you want me to start playing games? Do you want me to just simulate over games and watch them happen? Let me know what you guys want to see. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for the comments because like I said, I want to tailor this to how you guys want it to be performed or I want it to be simulated. I'm really excited to do this franchise, this relocation, this rebuild, if you will. There's a lot of potential to have a really fun time here, so I hope you guys interact with the channel, interact with the videos by liking, commenting, subscribing, and all that great jazz. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is Beast 44 Gaming, signing out.